Hello, English 200 students. In this video, we will cover the compiled assignment sheet for the read track. Now, if you remember, English 200 has two tracks, the write track, which is the research paper you will be working on the entire semester, and the read track, which is a more in-depth investigation of that Shatila article from 2024. So this assignment sheet is a little bit different because it contains all of the prompts for your research journal revolving around the read track and the Shatila 2024 article. Therefore, I'm going to do things slightly differently. And I'll show that off by looking at this. The due date will always be the Sunday at the end of the module. So Sunday at 11:59 p.m. Central, at the end of the module when that specific section was assigned. And I'll go over that more in a little bit. The length will also depend upon the prompt. And now here's the big one, the formatting. The easiest way to do this is to create one Word document. We talk about it a little right here. And put your name in and just say, names, research journal. And then what you will do is each time you submit, you will add something new based upon the new prompt. So you have the same file that you're adding to and resubmitting each time. Another nice thing about this approach is that you do need a title page and a references page. But if you are only submitting the same document but adding the new information, all that you have to do is change the references if you are adding new references. When it comes to that title page, you do not have to change any of that information. It is okay to not change the date. So this makes it a lot easier on you to have that one file, it's your research journal, and you're just adding to it at each step. My advice is to always name or label with a subheading which prompt you are responding to. So for example, you would just say Module 1 or Module 1 Journal or Research Journal. Whatever the title is, that is okay. But please make it so that your instructor can easily tell which prompt you are responding to. Then I would start on a new page and say, all right, new page, Module 2, new page, Module 3, so on and so forth. That makes it easy for you to keep track of everything that you have done, and it makes it easy for your instructor to find the information they need to provide you with that feedback and to give you a grade. Another thing that I want to point out, going back up a little bit, is that even though this research journal is a little more private, it's kind of notes meant for you, you still want to be within that academic discourse community. So slightly more informal is okay, but try to use that scholarly language, scholarly word choice. Try to avoid things like contractions or slang or anything else that would not allow you to practice writing in an academic way. Otherwise, my advice is to always check this document and each individual module to find out what you are responding to. Because there are 5, I will not be covering each individual prompt. They're pretty simple and straightforward. Instead, like I said, you can review this master video and the list here, but also it will be listed in every single module as your research journal, and it will only be the prompt for that module. So you'll see here we have modules 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Module 6 will be its own video because that is the culminating assignment. It's a major assignment that demonstrates and reflects upon this entire process. The rubric will also always be the same. This is a participation grade. And the reasoning for that is that while we do want you to try your best, this is a chance for you to experiment, to explore, and maybe you make a few mistakes along the way. That is okay. That is why we have research journals. This isn't as formal and as proper an assignment as a major assignment. So while you do need to fully respond to the prompt, it is okay if maybe you messed up a little on some APA formatting, Maybe you got confused by one of the entries. As long as you do your best to answer the prompt, you will be okay here. Otherwise, like I said, please refer to each module to find out what it is that you will be doing in the research journal that week. As always, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to your instructor.